excited? Everyone excited today? Yes? Yeah! Woo! All right, without further ado, let's just bring them out one by one. All right, let's start out first of all with, we're gonna go with Christina Chong. Hello. All right. Let's also. Who's on the next? Oh, Celia. Celia Rose Gooden. Please come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Who's next on the list? Emily Coots. Emily Coots, come on down. Okay. Is it, who's next on the list?
Anson.
It's Anson. Anson Mount, come on down. And last but certainly not least, Ethan Peck. Wow, this is exciting. Look at these beautiful faces right here. So beautiful, so easy to look at. Okay.
I don't know why I was invited, but I'm happy to be here.
What? Excuse me. Hello, other beautiful face. Do not say that. Oh my gosh. All right, so we're here. As we all know, we have a Discord channel, so you can ask questions on Discord, and I will peruse those. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and start right now with a discussion on the strike. Let's talk about the strike. I think we should talk about the strike. I mean, so a lot of people have misconceptions about the strike. Just to give us some facts, just to lay it out there, only 87% of SAG membership make enough per year to have health insurance. That threshold is it 26,000? Is that right, ladies and gentlemen? Something around there? Yeah. Something very low, and that's not per month, that's per year. So, not every actor is Tom Cruise. So this strike is really not about greedy actors. This is about being treated fairly, being treated with respect, which is not happening right now. So I'm going to pass it on down a little bit. Anson, if you don't mind, do you want to talk a little bit about, about the strike right now, please? Yeah.
Sure. It's basically, it's like, imagine you're sitting at a bar in Los Angeles, right? And outside this stretch limo pulls up, and the limo is hauling behind it. It's pulling a mega yacht, and the mega yacht's got one of those helicopter pads on it. And it's like a gold-plated helicopter on it. And from the back of the limo steps a guy in like a $7,000 Italian suit. He's got a 24-karat gold tie pin, slick back hair, little pencil-thin mustache. He's got an assistant, who's got an assistant, who's got an assistant. And he walks in the bar and he sees you and he sidles up to you next to the bar and he says, "Have I got a deal for you?" And you say, "Okay, what's the deal?" And he says, "Well, I'm starting a business in this brand new field called entertainment. And I think you'd make the perfect business partner." And you say, "Entertainment, huh? Is that a very lucrative business?" And he says, "Oh, no. We're not making any money." And you say, "Oh, okay, well, what's in it for me then?" And he says, "Well, I will pay you to come and work for me for 1/2 of a day for a minimum wage, and in exchange you will grant to me permission to use the video of you performing your expertise, as well as your expertise, for the rest of time, in perpetuity, whenever I want, without paying you any more money or asking your permission." And you say, I don't know, maybe, have you thought about how to include me in this, like maybe, I don't know, a little small percentage of profit, just a little like 2%. He says, you're insane, we're standing in the bread lines as it is. And he said, wait, no, I mean, like, you know, if you say you're not making any money, you know, 2% of nothing is nothing, you wouldn't have to pay me anything. And he says, that's a wonderful idea, I'll pay you 2% always of nothing. And you say, oh, that's not what I'm saying. Okay, so let me put it this way. You must have an independent adjudicator, somebody who like counts your numbers and lets everybody, all your shareholders and your workers know how the business is doing. He said, no. Our numbers are all proprietary information. And you say, well then, how do I know how the business is doing? And he says, well, you'll just have to trust me, of course. And you say, you know what, I don't know, under these given circumstances, I'm not sure I want to work with you under these circumstances. And he says, oh, how dare you? I am going to walk straight out of this bar. And when I come back, and it won't be for a very long time, but when I do, you'd better be here waiting, and you had better be grateful for my very generous offer of 2% of nothing. And he whips his cape around him and walks out of the bar, followed by his assistant and his assistant's assistant, his assistant's assistant. And they all pile into the back of the limousine, and the driver has his assistant driver peel out. With the mega yacht, with the helicopter. I think at that point, any reasonable person would turn to the bartender and say, I think that guy's out of his fucking mind. Right? I mean, it's just me, or?
Anson, I gotta say, I've been on many panels, and we've had many conversations about the strike, but no one has done a staged reading. Like, some of us are more visual. We need to have that visual thing. So thank you for bringing us on that journey of that staged reading. Yeah, a show play. It was wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. For the other actors up here, does anyone want to chime in on or have another stage play they want to perform?
I don't think I can follow Anson after that.
Okay. All right. Celia, no, you guys are good on that? Yeah? He put it quite, yes.
The APTV is going to fall apart, and we just have to wait for it to happen.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll add is thank you for your patience and understanding.
Yes. We do appreciate it. What I kind of want to talk about, first of all, before we get into these questions from the fans from Discord, I just want to ask each one of you, what was the very first performance that you ever did, talking about maybe grade school, high school, whatever it is, what was the first inklings, the first seeds of performing, becoming an actor for all of you? Just curious, what kind of bit, the acting bug, how did it bite you?
I was 10, I think, and I played the role of Scrooge in A Christmas Carol.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was so happy they cast me. I was like, wow. And I had to go in and read and whatever, and I was just so shocked that I got the role. But obviously Scrooge is in every scene of the play, and yeah, absolutely loved it. That was my first exposure to acting.
And you were hooked?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Nice. And yes, Celia.
I was in grade school, and we did a Shakespeare medley night. So I played Ghost Number 1, both the witch and Juliet in Romeo and Juliet. Different scenes. It wasn't me just talking to myself, even though I would have allowed it. And then, Ghost Number 1, Witch and Juliet, and it was all, there was no context provided, but we were also all in second grade. So I think the parents were just happy to see their kids on stage trying to sound like they know what they're talking about. But yeah, doing Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet and Midsummer and 12 all in the same night was kind of ridiculous, but fun. And clearly I liked it enough to keep doing it.
Wow, I almost expected you to say, I played Juliet and Romeo, and I had to speak.
That would have been groundbreaking.
That would have been groundbreaking theater.
second graders.
Exactly.
Giving an exploration of gender. That would be fantastic.
I grew up in a really small town in the middle of the country and was bored out of my mind and wanted to perform so badly so my parents would have friends over and I'd be like, ooh, I'm doing a play. It starts in a half an hour and I would have flyers and I would invite them and they would come out to the garage with their rum and cokes and watch me do my plays and dance and sing Loretta Lynn. So that was my first touch of magic.
How old was that?
6 to 16.
He's like, last week? Yeah.
Production value got better and better and better.
Of course.
In the garage of this hotel, there will actually be another show.
Anson?
Well, all my friends in high school were getting involved in dramatics, and I wanted to spend more time with them, so I auditioned for the high school play that year, which was 12 Angry Men, and I was so bad, I was cast as the guard. I wasn't allowed to be one of the angry men. And the first time I walked on stage, it was like that. It was that lightning bolt moment you hear about when people talk about falling in love at first sight. It was that, you know. And so I introduced the jurors to the room, and then I basically walk out, and as I close the door, I hear this thud on the stage, and I was like, what was that? And then I pick up my hand, and one half of the doorknob comes out. I was like, oh God. And so the tech, who's my age, puts the headphones on me, and our teacher, Randy, is up in the lighting booth, and he says, okay, so the doorknob fell apart. So when you go back out on stage next time, said, oh, I'm sorry, I'll get maintenance down here to fix it right away. So the whole time I'm backstage pacing, going, sorry about that, I'll get maintenance down here to fix it right away. Maintenance down here to fix it right away. So finally it comes time for my entrance, and I look in the hole there, and there's a little bar across it, and I figure it's a lever, it's a latch, and I stick my finger in, and I go to make my entrance, my cue comes, and the door doesn't open. Oh no. And you have to remember, like in high school theater, the walls are like made out of canvas. Yeah. So suddenly the whole set is shaking because of me. And then I realize, I look in, and it's like a twist latch, and the tech goes, Anson! And he throws the other half of the doorknob across this backstage. I catch it, and in one go, I stick it in, turn it on, and I make my entrance, and the audience dies. The whole audience just dies. And I was hooked.
So you had the least most important role, the guard, but then you stole the house with that one moment right there.
No small parts?
No small parts. Ethan?
I might still be waiting for that performance, I don't know. No, I think in college, we had a composition class. It was a very loose term to mean express yourself, right? Write about yourself, sing about it, dance about it, whatever. And I think that for me was really spectacular. And hopefully someday I can make my way back to doing something like that.
Nice. I like that. Come to the garage. Do a performance piece with Emily down there.
Great, yeah.
All right, so let's jump to some of these questions here. Trey Lawson says, what is the thing that you are most nerdiest about? Each one of you, most nerdiest about?
My dog.
Your dog? What breed?
She's a toy cavapoo.
How many pounds is that?
That is 8 pounds.
Oh, tiny.
Tiny little thing.
Cavapoo is a King Charles Cavalier
and a toy poodle.
Toy.
And yeah, I'm always Googling how to give your dog the happiest life possible. Like, I'll be in the bath, and then at one point when we were in Toronto, I got a book to read to her. They were like, read books to your dog, and so I did. And then I take her to swimming lessons. Yeah, I just really love her, and she's in the show. She's in.
She is.
But not a show.
Oh.
Sorry, hang on.
Okay, that's all right.
Strike.
Strike. Your performance art. Strike. We just put it down like that. Yeah. No, I think that's so cute, because my only knowledge of you before today, I just met both of you today, is the actual show itself. And your character's pretty hardcore. So to see you say like, I take my dog to swimming lessons, it's so hard for me to like wrap my head around this because I only know you as your character. So I mean, that's so cute. Thank you. What do you nerd out about?
Astrology.
Really?
Yeah, I have no personality. Yeah, astrology. I will find a way to blame everything on the planets. Literally, we were talking yesterday, and I was like, "There's a planetary explanation for that. See, America is going into its plutonic return, which explains a lot of the a lot of strikes, a lot of catastrophe. I'm not going to do that here, but astrology is my answer.
Just Western astrology only, or every? Okay.
I am unfortunately American. Yes.
Okay. I'm a nerd about Western and Chinese astrology, so we can talk a lot about that.
Oh, I like Chinese astrology.
Yeah, because you were born in 2000, right? You're the dragon. You're the dragon.
Yeah,
right?
universities.
Okay.
Ethan and Anson.
Ah, Emily, what do you nerd out about?
I geek out. It's like I geek out about acting. To be honest, I geek out about filmmaking and cameras and lenses and how things come together to make miraculous movies. It's just blows my mind. And I'm currently geeking out about bouldering, which I said on my last panel. Yeah, and rock climbing without ropes. I'm like so obsessed with it, and it's very unlike me to be obsessed with like physical activity.
You just said rock climbing without ropes,
Yeah.
right? So there's lots of danger involved.
Yeah, there's mats, and you learn to fall, and it's not that high, but it is scary. It's like legit scary, and people are so good at it, and I know that I'll never be like excellent at it, so I just keep getting better and better, but like, it's just this endless journey of learning how to do it better, so.
I got it. Sounds great. Anson, what do you nerd out about?
Pottery, I guess.
Pottery? Pottery.
Pottery.
Making pottery or just purchasing pottery?
Making pottery.
Making pottery.
And yeah.
Okay, no one here knew that, did they? They're all like, what? Made pottery. It's specific. Oh, it's not specific. Okay. What is your best? What do you prefer to make out of all of the things that you?
I don't know. I'm still experimenting with different forms.
Okay, so this is a new pastime.
Making some pourers, like some soy sauce pourers.
Yeah. Now you're talking my country, soy sauce. Yeah. I could say that. I'm Asian.
And I'm gonna make some. I think next I'm gonna make some fruit, like some berry bowls.
Could I have a berry bowl? Could I ask for one for you? Sure, I'll pay you. That's fine if you need.
You're still on the stage.
You don't need it, but I'm
giving all my shitty homework to friends. So yeah.
What makes it a berry bowl?
I was
Yeah, what makes
It's kind of like a cross between a bowl and a sieve, so that when you wash the berries and they're wet, like the water
drains from the bottom. Okay.
I like one.
So it's perforated at the bottom. Okay, awesome. Now we know what a berry bowl is. None of you knew that either.
All of you are going to pretend to know what a berry bowl is. Ethan was brave enough to ask.
People are going to come up and say, Anson, can you please sign this autograph to my favorite berry bowl? Please sign it down. Ethan, what is your...
I guess Magic the Gathering, cars, and weightlifting.
Magic the Gathering, cars, and
Weightlifting.
weightlifting.
For me, I'm not like a fan of weightlifters. Like I like to lift weights.
Okay.
I'm kind of nerdy about it.
And soon you're going to nerd out over craps as well. So this is...
You saw the book. I have the book, The Fundamentals of Craps.
So I played craps with Ethan on the cruise, the cruise ship convention, and Ethan threw 4 hard fours, which is really hard to do, but he threw 4 hard fours. But later I said, hey, are you ready to play in Vegas? And when I saw him in Vegas, he goes, I'm ready. I read a book. He goes like this, I read a book.
I was on the plane like,
Yeah, and he said it exactly like his character says it. You know, he said, I read a book. And I'm like, oh, he's ready. He's definitely ready.
I am ready.
But that is that's my what I nerd out about. So I'm going to take Ethan to a Vegas trip and make this work, and he's going to be a big craps nerd after this. So that's my goal, my friend.
excited.
Yes, it's going to be good. All right, next question. Okay. You have to teach a college level course. No way around it, but it can be on whatever you want. What is the course title and the first book on the reading list? Wow, that's deep.
That is very deep.
Raikai the Sixth said that. Go ahead.
Mine would be, the course would be how to be an actor when you're not acting? Sounds stupid, but it's not.
It's important.
Because the hardest thing, I don't know about you guys, but the hardest thing for me was always, what do you do when you're not acting? You know, you can't be an actor or call yourself an actor. Well, at the moment it feels like, unless you're actually doing the act of acting. And how to keep, but actually, although I put it into that niche, it's actually applicable to anything really, because it's more about mindset and how to stay positive when you're not where you want to be in life. So it would be about meditation, appreciation, seeing the silver linings, reframing things, and the book would be of the same title of the course, How to Be an Actor When You're Not Acting.
Nice. I like that. I like it a lot. Celia.
I don't know. If I were to teach a college level course, as somebody who barely went to college, how to, I'm not knowledgeable at all. How to, this is what you would learn in college, how to cook broccoli without smelling up the whole house.
Good class.
I'm saying, there wouldn't be a book about it, unless I wrote it, and it would be of the same title, How to Cook Broccoli Without Smelling Up the House. You're welcome.
Emily Coots.
Okay, I love, like, throughout COVID, it was such a challenge for all of us, and like, to get out of our boredom and try to embrace life in like in the smallest ways around the house, and it kind of led me to continue to live my life in this way where like picking flowers can be just as pleasurable as booking the job. And I feel like it's about like setting up your home, and like there's like a design element, there's like, you know, pottery, like working with your hands and picking flowers, and like planning small trips to do small random little things, like how to just do life a little more beautifully. I don't know, something about that, and I just feel like so much of our lives as actors is being so stressed about work, and the fact that work options were taken away from us in that time, like I actually loved it because I wasn't able to stress, and I was just able to do things and like ask myself what else I like to do, because for so long it was just like, I have to be an actor, and it's like, it's just so draining and so boring, really. And I find just like making food and broccoli in my house like more beautiful than anything else these days. So the book would be called
How to live more beautifully.
How to live life with broccoli.
How to live life with beautiful broccoli. Something like that. With beautiful broccoli life. Okay, Anson.
I was actually an adjunct professor at Columbia University for 7 years.
Oh.
And I taught in the graduate acting program. And and we were just talking about this last night, actually, I quite miss it. But I would teach what I called practical application, which was I would come in there last year, and you know, they spent 2.5 years in scene study classes where they bring in a scene that they kind of worked on with a classmate and really spent most of the time in rehearsal just talking about it, and the professor who's paid a lot of money sits there to work and works with them on it, or they're, you know, they've been working on, or they spent a semester on Shakespeare, and I'm there to actually say, okay, here's your toolbox, you got your toolbox. How are you going to apply this toolbox to actual real world situations? You have never walked into a waiting room and seen 9 people who look like you. And then you have to wait for an hour to walk in and you've got nothing but a folding chair and a table full of people looking at you. You've never been through that situation. And to just get them to a point where they understand the difference between what is going to be considered competitive work and what is going to be considered not competitive work, and how to look at the industry through a set of awake eyes, really is what I was, and how to take control of it, how to take control of your own life. And what you were just saying is awesome, because one of the first things I would teach them is that if you want to do this as a living, the first thing that you have to find is something other than acting, or you will go out of your mind. Something that is just for you, and relationships do not count. Right?
A lot of deep sighs over here.
Yeah, right?
But,
Yeah, because it's just so, I mean, it's so easy to get consumed by what we do. And to judge yourself based on that, you gotta have something else. Yeah.
You have a lot on your resume there. I had no clue. Adjunct professor, Columbia. And what do you say?
Well, that just means that I had to teach a lot of hours and they got to pay me next to nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's all.
Ethan.
I mean, that's a really great question. I have no idea.
That's
If
fine.
I were to
Teach a class.
If I could teach a class, there's a great book called Thinking 101, and I guess it would be about cognitive psychology applied practically. It's a great book about how this woman's cognitive research, her name's Woo Kyun An, can be applied practically in your life. And so a lot of it is about statistics and data analysis and law of large numbers, right? Having more experiences of a certain situation before you pass a judgment, or of people, right? Of not making a decision about a person based on a single impression, right? Having multiple exposures to a certain situation and person, and then coming to a conclusion. I think it's a much better way to live. So.
What is the name of that book again?
Thinking 101.
Thinking 101. Yeah. Okay. I gotta check that out. Thank you.
I took that class, yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's go with this question. If there was a zombie apocalypse, which of you would survive the longest and who would die first? So I'm going to ask this of the actors from the one show, and then the one single actor, you can answer that as well. So starting with you guys, I want your opinion. Who would die first? Yeah, between all of you on the show. You know, the ones that are not here too.
Oh, the ones that, oh.
So you throw Jess in there. You can throw in anyone else.
That's,
in character or the actor?
The character, yeah.
The character.
Oh, not the human being.
I was going to say the human being, that's not nice, Garrett.
Which character? Yeah.
Oh,
Just say the actor's name instead of the character.
Maybe her actually.
Celia's like, she's not wrong. Okay. All right, so Celia's character.
Yeah, because she has the least.
Wimpy and small and puny?
You said it. No, she has the least experience from what we know anyway, right? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but in war situations, for example, which is what a zombie apocalypse would be. Yeah, that's my take.
But maybe she could figure out a way how to communicate with the zombies. She's like, no. Who do you think, Celia?
Jesus. My character would die first.
Okay.
Love her. And I think Bab's character would survive. Would survive the longest.
Oh, yes, yeah, he would be around, yes, with his ring. Okay. From your show, who would die first?
Tilly. Sorry, she's too nice and she'll trust the wrong people. They're being terrific with zombies. And then Burnham would survive anything.
Okay. All right, Anson, who?
I was gonna say Rebecca because she's not here. I'm actually afraid.
Okay.
I'm actually afraid of her, so I'm not. I'm gonna say Martin because he's the newest.
Okay, fine.
And we'd always sacrifice him first.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
But
New guy has to go first. Yeah.
yeah, Scottish.
He's the red shirt. Okay.
A lot of angry Scots.
Ethan. Yeah. Ethan.
Yeah, I'm
Who
gonna
from
go Martin too.
Two votes for the Scotsman.
And
Okay.
then for the survivor, I might say Christina.
Yeah. All right. The character's survivor.
I mean, it's survived a lot.
You have. I agree. Okay, this is kind of a funny question. Whose hair takes the longest to do other than Anson's? And there's a part 2 to this, so that's from Cloud Phoenix, and there's a part 2 from War Cop saying, Anson, are you worried your hair becomes more famous than you? All right, so what do you think?
Hair-wise, I think Rebecca.
Rebecca? Okay, she's the longest.
longest.
Okay, do you agree on that, Celia? Is it Rebecca?
Definitely Rebecca or, yeah, because a lot of us are buzzed, so yeah.
So Rebecca's hair takes longer than Anson's hair, then?
No.
Okay, I guess.
It's pretty long, right? It's the next thing. It's like the same amount of time as mine.
Is it really? Okay, okay. So maybe it's Rebecca then.
You wake up like this, man.
You have so many talents, Anson. You wake up like that, it's amazing. Okay.
But they do, it's worth mentioning, they do have this worked out to a science.
Yeah, of course.
To the minute, they know how long it takes to do
Exactly.
each of our like hair, makeup, costume.
Right.
But so if somebody knows the answer to this question, I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll say Rebecca then. Do you agree? And I'm going to guess that even has no comment on this, probably.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm in a different trailer usually.
All right. So, at DragonCon so far, what has been the best cosplay that all of you have seen so far?
My Princess Talia dress
Somebody did a bang up job on that, yeah.
with a Runa as well.
Wow. Celia.
I was sitting in my hotel room watching DC TV, and it was the costume contest last night, and I don't know who it was, but I blinked and it was somebody in, I think it was some mech suit sort of situation with like blue tube lights and like clampy hands. It was the most spectacular thing I'd ever seen, and yeah, but I mean, y'all, this is the Olympics of cosplay. y'all don't mess around. This is wonderful stuff.
It's so funny because people, I have so many fans come up and say, my dream is to go to San Diego Comic-Con. I'm like, well, that's a horrible dream. I'm like, wait, because the cosplayers are so amazing. I go, watch any YouTube video of someone interviewing cosplayers at San Diego Comic-Con. 99% of people walking behind are in jeans and t-shirts, okay? So of the 250,000, maybe 1% is in cosplay. You come to DragonCon, at least 50% of everyone here is in cosplay. And then there's multiple cosplays, 8 cosplays. For the convention, one for the daytime, and the risque one for night. And then one for daytime, another risque one for the next night. So 8 different cosplays. So you're right, this is the Olympics, this is the PhD of cosplay. It's right here in the South, in Atlanta, Georgia, right here at DragonCon. Anyway, so what did you think?
I saw so many good ones yesterday. I don't even want to pick my favorite, but my favorite moment was yesterday morning when I walked down in the Hilton lobby and I slowly realized it was Barbie Day, and everybody was like, "Hi Barbie, hi Barbie," and then there was a Barbie on the rafters, and she's like, "Hi Barbie," and then she's like, "Hi Barbie." I was like, "It's literally the first scene of the Barbie movie."
I'm reserving judgment until I find my buddy Adam Savage, who's always decked out at this thing. I haven't seen. Has anybody seen Adam yet?
He's on cosplay.
Have you? What's he wearing?
Just a t-shirt.
Just a t-shirt. Oh,
Well,
boy.
he was doing a panel downstairs.
He's got something up his sleeve. I know.
I was walking around last night and I saw someone dressed as Optimus Prime, and I was like, that's incredible. It was very well put together. They were posed perfectly. It looked like I was seeing the real thing.
It's amazing though, right? I mean, the attention to detail and the fact that the entire year is spent preparing for this one moment to show off the newest cosplays. It's just,
Do they ship the costumes here though? That's what I'm like. How do you get the costumes?
they make them.
No, I know, but like do you carry them in a bag?
A big trunk.
Big trunk.
Trunks, and you check them on the airplane?
Yep.
Some people do, yeah.
Or drive.
Yeah.
Drive.
Trunk
Right.
is in, yeah, the boot.
Optimus Prime on your roof, like just on your roof.
On the roof of your AMC Gremlin, you're like, yeah! Oh my gosh. All right, what is your go-to karaoke song? If you're gonna sing karaoke, What is it? And that is from Corncob TV. Thanks, Corncob TV.
God, the first thing that just came to my head is Cry Me a River. I don't know why, but
Okay, you know that. It's fine. Celia?
JT, the original jazz version.
Okay.
Before He Cheats, by Carrie Underwood. Love you, Carrie.
Emily?
Not Ready to Make Nice by the Chicks and You Will Be Found, dear Evan Hansen soundtrack. There's a note that's like, I gotta be perfectly, in the right place of the night to be able to hit it, but sometimes I do.
Anson?
I have two. The one, let's see, Hank Williams, Lovesick Blues. But if I've been drinking a lot, then it's gonna be Johnny Cash's Boy Named Sue.
Well, that's mine. Is a Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash.
Yeah, is it? Okay. Yeah. No, but I saw both these guys sing karaoke on the cruise. They're very, very good. They're very accomplished. Very accomplished. And Anson can drink more than any other human being I've ever met. So I'm just gonna say that. He's good. He knows his stuff. Okay. What is if you could time travel, when and where would you want to go to?
It would be the 70s. I love the 70s era. I love the music. I love the disco dancing. I love the fashion. And to dance with John Travolta, because he's real, right? Like the guy in the movie.
Yeah. That'll work. She's getting to talk right now.
Truthfully, I think I would be safest in the future. Truthfully speaking. But if I could go back and ensure my safety, I'd probably go back to the 90s and enjoy my favorite era of hip hop.
Okay. Wait. Give me an artist. Who you?
Oh God.
Tupac or Biggie or
Missy.
Missy Elliott?
Yeah. Missy, Lauryn Hill. Outkast, beyond Outkast. But yeah, that's more veering into the 2000s than I'm already here.
Yeah. No, I remember in the 90s while filming my show, in my 5-disc CD changer in my car, I had DMX blazing. And so I'm listening to DMX, and as I drive in, I go in the makeup trailer, and Kate Mulgrew is sitting there, and she's complaining about her kids and their choice of music. She goes, I don't understand my sons. They're listening to this DMX person, and she's going through, and she's saying the lyrics of this one track that I just heard as I parked my car. She's like, it's absolute garbage. What do you think, Garrett? I go, well, I don't think it's that bad. All right, Emily.
I was gonna make a joke that you were gonna pick the 90s because I was like, wow, you're so young, you missed the 90s. And then you're like, I want to go back to the 90s. I was like, wow, damn. That's amazing. I want to say something more interesting, like go to the Roman Empire, but I'd be like so scared. I'd go for like a half an hour and be like, whoa, dudes, what is up? So I'm gonna say the 60s, just like free loving, go to California in the 60s, and wear flowers in my hair.
I like that, but I do like Roman Empire. Emily Coots saying after half an hour, dude, what is up? I'm leaving. So, okay. Anson.
I saw there are a couple of political pundits on Twitter recently that were talking about how much 1970s sucked and how they wouldn't go back to 1970 because we didn't have this and we didn't have that. And I was like, man, Led Zeppelin was touring North America in 1970. I would absolutely do that.
Yes. Good choice. Ethan.
Go to the future too, right?
Yeah, you go anyway.
All right, let's do Helsinki 150 years from now.
Helsinki 150?
Yeah, why not?
Finland? All right.
Finland, yeah.
Why not?
Let's do it.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God. Getting back to the Barbies thing, there are more Barbies than any other cosplay here, I think.
Yes, Barbie!
Let's go, Barbie.
I was actually late for my first panel because I saw this huge group of people go to the Barbie photo shoot thing. They were walking out there, and I followed them because there was one lady wearing a pink Starfleet Barbie uniform. So I thought that was out of control. She's here? Where? Where are you?
Hey!
Are you wearing it?
Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie. Hi, Barbie.
Hi, Barbie.
Yeah. Still wearing it. What was your favorite job that was not an acting job before you got into
Tim Hortons drive-thru.
What?
I was the queen of the drive-thru.
Wow.
Yeah, I was fast.
Dang.
That is Canadian. Canadian as fuck.
Ethan, did you have an early job that was
That I
amazing?
liked?
Yeah.
That's a weird question. I worked at Diesel in Union Square in New York
The
City.
clothing store, Diesel?
Yeah.
Oh my God. In New York City?
In New York City in Union Square.
Oh my goodness.
It was like the highest foot traffic store
Right.
in America or something.
Wow. Okay. All right.
So, but I didn't like that job. That was a job I had.
Good job you had. Okay, that's fine.
I used to teach kids, like toddlers, from like, actually they had children in from like, I feel like 10 months, like some of them still weren't standing. But I would teach them dance and singing, and so, but obviously dance is movement, so even like for a small child or toddler, even just doing this, obviously, you know, you twinkle twinkles, and I'd read books to them, get them to make noises, animal noises, if you're reading, you know, the Jungle book, what's the one, Lost in the, say that again? Yeah, there was that, there was the Gruffalo, Giraffes Can't Dance, all of those books, you know. And then up until about 4 years old, where they actually could put movement together, starts and then to skip, that kind of thing. So yeah, that was fun.
So cool. Such a different person than your character. So crazy. Celia.
I've only been acting. Well, I'm one of the lucky
Whatever.
ones. I'm one of the really lucky ones. I'm 4 years old, and I started acting when I was like 2. My first professional job was 16 in a Broadway musical, and I've been one of the lucky ones to be doing one of the others.
Wow.
I worked in a daycare, but it wasn't a job, it was community service.
Yeah, Jagged Little Pill, for which she was nominated for a Tony and won a Grammy, was her first job. This is her second job. When I found that out, I was like, die.
You did not take the same course that Anson took to fame. I'm going to say
No,
that right now.
I was once a referee in an indoor paintball arena. I mean, that's Southern as fuck.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to write your life story. We're going to produce this. Yeah. Wow. That's interesting. I never knew this about you.
And I didn't even like it.
I clearly didn't like that.
I like bartending. Bartending was like, you want to get on a power trip, go to Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and get a bartending job.
Oh yeah.
That's some power.
Yeah, there is power there. I agree. Emily, did you already?
Queen of the drive-thru.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're the first one to answer that. Thank you. Are any of you interested in bringing a story that you read to screen, or any type of idea or something? Yes, there is that. That you would want to talk about. That's the other question, probably.
Yeah, I've been writing some films that I've made, and then I found this book about a queer sword person. What do you call them? Swordsmiths? People who are good at swords? Just people who've sword for life. This is maybe why I didn't get the rights. And she dressed like a man to get through training and fell in love with a woman, and then, moved to a nunnery and then set the nunnery on fire to get her wife out. It's the craziest story, and I was so obsessed and got on it right away. And then Ethan Hawke's daughter had just optioned the book, so good luck to her.
Oh my gosh.
I have a couple of historical westerns that I am interested in doing that I don't want to talk about. But,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan Hawke's daughter might steal them.
From Lee, what were your pandemic hobbies? What did you guys do during the pandemic that you didn't do beforehand?
Trained my dog. I got my puppy at 8 weeks old and just spent all my time training her to be, super well behaved in as many situations as possible.
Nice. Okay. Celia.
Reading, lots of reading for fun, which I'm new to because academia made me hate reading. But yeah, just reading a lot of fantasy romance. Fairies going to war, fighting and flirting.
Fighting and flirting. Okay. Cool.
I had a lot. I did lots of painting, tie-dye. I didn't do the bread thing. Lots of cooking, and lots of flower picking, like I said. Yeah.
Nice.
I built our enclosed vegetable garden, very large enclosed vegetable garden. What?
It just, Anson, it's just everything that comes, it's so incredulous. It's awesome, but it's just like, yes, I built my own skyscraper in backyard, 39 floors. I've rented out most of the floors to certain corporations that I agree with their values and standards. It's amazing, it really is. You built a whole enclosed garden at your house?
Yeah, big one. Yeah.
Building a jungle gym right now for his daughter, like building a whole.
Yeah, big one. It's a big one.
Is your wife helping you with any of this?
No. She did. She helped me with the enclosed garden.
Big enclosed garden. Okay, got you. That's, Anson's what? Anson as fuck. He goes, that's Anson as fuck, is what he said. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. Okay.
I started rollerblading again.
What?
Yeah, I got really into it. I also had grew a goatee, and I rollerbladed to my friend's house, and I was people were drinking Bud Light at noon, and so I had some Bud Light, went to my friend's house, and he was like, "Is this your final form?" He was like, "My girlfriend doesn't like it." She doesn't want you here. But yeah, so that's where I was at.
I'm just imagining you with the goatee rollerblading right past me, going, there he goes.
The streets of LA were totally empty. It was amazing. So I would
Oh, so it was great. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
That's true. When the pandemic happened, everything shut down. So. Okay. Let's see. For everyone, what would be your pro wrestling name and or character? This is from Shia Kusho. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Tough question.
Are these too tough? Okay. What is your favorite color?
Red.
Red.
Purple.
Purple.
Blue.
Blue. Blue. Blue.
Purple.
Purple. Clap for me, thank you. Yeah, we. All right. Here's a nice one. When working with a new cast, how do you build trust with other actors? Whoever wants to take this can jump in.
I have a way not to build trust, which is we played mafia or werewolf all the time. And I've said this story, but we were all actors and we would all just lie and lie and lie to each other, and then everyone would just get so suspicious and so upset, and we eventually had to stop doing it. It was upsetting people, and I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I will lie to your face and tell you I'm not mafia, but I am.
That was the exact opposite of the question that we asked, but thank you for sharing that with us. We did not know that. All right, can anyone else jump in? How do you build trust with the new cast? What do you do?
Be prepared.
Yeah.
Just come ready to work and be a good off-camera partner. that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Sonequa was just very good at keeping the mood light all the time, like constantly. She's so good at that. Like she would play this game with us where she'd like blow an imaginary dart gun at you, and you had to pretend to die. And one time, I was like, she did it to me, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna win. And I took it so far. I took it so far. I was like.
I grabbed hold of the green screen and I almost tore the whole thing down. Like I had to stop shooting. And Sonequa was laughing so hard we literally had to stop shooting.
Yeah. Wow, you won. Oh gosh, this is a really funny question. Well, kind of. Kimmy Joy 20 says, which panel member, this is for all of you, which panel member would you do shrooms with?
What panel member have I not done? That would be you. I haven't done shrooms with you.
I know, it's just me. Is there anyone from any era in history that you guys would love to meet? Love to have met? Anyone in history?
An obvious one for me is Nichelle Nichols. I
Yes.
didn't get to meet her. Oh, no.
I have met her, I'm gonna touch you.
But I am a very spiritual person. I don't think this physical plane is the only plane we exist on. And so while I haven't met her in this one, we talk all the time in the next one.
Oh, good. Good to know. Emily? Okay. You have anyone? No? Okay, that's right. You pass.
Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers. Good choice. And a very unique choice, too. Why? Talk to me.
My all-time favorite actor.
Seriously?
Maybe, yeah.
Wow. That's high. That's high price. Praise.
Yeah, he's incredible. You know what I'm talking about? Like the guy who plays Peck? Yeah.
Yeah. Sellers. It's a genius. Okay.
Yeah, being there?
What's that?
See him being there?
No. Good?
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
wild performance.
I'll have to check it out.
That's not drug work, right?
Yeah. Anson, anyone in history that you wish you could have met?
Jesus seemed like a pretty cool cat.
Yeah.
It can be anybody. You can go big or go home, right? Like, I'm not hanging with, I'll do shrooms with Jesus.
Okay.
Well, that would be Southern as fuck.
All right. Let's go with what is the strangest purchase that you have made or almost made? Purchase.
Every time I go somewhere, I get really swept up in the culture of the place, and then I look at art, and I'm like, this is my personality now. And like, it's so not my personality, and every time I get home, I'm like, thank God I didn't buy a $2,000 mosaic turtle in Hawaii. Like, I don't need that. But in the time, I feel really compelled to buy really weird art.
Nice. All right. Anyone else want to chime in on this one? No?
I mean, anytime I buy magic cards, I'm like, should I have done that?
I'm becoming a really massive D&D fan, and I've become a bit of a dice goblin, and so I've dropped amounts of money that my mother would kick me for on shiny little dice, because you can never have enough.
I like to buy every different country I go to or new country I go to, I buy a little, it's not exactly strange, but I buy a Christmas ornament, which I think is really nice because then you put it on the tree, it's a new one every year, and then you remember all the countries you've been to.
I love that. That's so cool. Very smart. Better than matchbooks or ashtrays. Christmas ornament. Yeah, there's hope behind that, right? Not lung cancer. Okay. Yeah, not like your character. Yeah, not like your character at all. Exactly. All right. We are. Where are we right now? 4:57. Okay. We got about a minute or two. Does anyone want to say anything regarding? Is everyone at their table after this? Yes. Okay. So everyone here is at their table at the Walk of Fame. If you've not been to the Walk of Fame, it is here in the Marriott on the marquee level, and that's where you can find all of us actors. So if you were unable to get your question answered, because there were many, many, many questions, please join these actors down there at the Walk of Fame. They'll be there until probably close, is my guess. Yes? Everyone's going to stay there for a while. Yeah. Okay. All right. On that note, I guess we'll shut it down a little bit earlier then. So 2 minutes short, but please give your biggest round of applause to these wonderful actors. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Christina Chong, Celia Rose City, Peck, and Lucas, and of course, Anson. Thanks, guys.
Were you here the whole time?
Got a nice pair of wings you got there.
They're my friends.
Your friends give you wings?
Oh, she's wearing them.
Oh. Oh, shit.